Hello, you guys. If this is your first time visiting our channel, my name is Larry Thomas, and this is my wife, Sheandra Thomas. We will be talking about 5 things to know before getting married. But before we go into that, stop what you're doing right now. Please like, comment, subscribe.
Yep, so we're bringing you this video because so many people around us have this misconception about marriage. They view it as a negative thing, and really don't see the benefit to being married because of the way marriages around them are portrayed. Um, and of course, the fact that everyone is getting divorced. And so I actually looked it up, and for 2020, the divorce rate was about 39%. Um, so this video is just to give you some things to get in order prior to making that decision because marriage is a big commitment and it's not something that you should take lightly. You should definitely um, just do some soul searching beforehand. And so we're going to get right into this list of 5 things to know before getting married. And this is not, of course, an all inclusive list. These are just some things to start with and some very important facts um, to consider. Larry, you want to tell them the first thing?
Also, the first thing is you need to know is who am I? Who am I? You need to spend a little time to get to know yourself before somebody else gets to know you because that will help out a lot with you guys' relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And most definitely, you need to know who you are in Christ Jesus because when you know that, you know how valued you are, and you won't let nobody else, take anything away from you. So make sure you know who you are first before going into a relationship or into marriage.
Right, right. Take time to, like you said, figure out who you are as an individual. If you are a person who is broken, you definitely, should, just figure out, okay, what is it in myself that needs to be fixed before entering into something, like this. Let's not bring more burdens into the marriage. Let's try to get yourself together first, whether that's talking to your spiritual leader or just talking to God or just whatever it is that you have to do to find out first, who am I as an individual, like what are my strengths, what are my weaknesses, what are my fears, um, you know really get to know yourself.
Hmm.
um, yeah, just really
That's
get to
good.
know yourself
Hmm.
first before you can figure out another person.
Right.
um, yeah, I think that's
Yep. Just
pretty much
enjoy.
sums it up with
Hmm.
that first one. So, moving on to number two, and that is, what is marriage to me? Like, what does marriage look like to me? Is it the husband being the provider and the wife staying at home? Or is it both people providing and being able to live out their dream and work in whatever career field that they see fit? I know maybe some husbands may want to just be, the provider and don't want their wife to work. But again, is that really what you would want as an individual? So you have to say, okay, this is the way I look at marriage, and whoever that partner is, this is the way they look at it. Can you join that in together, or can you not? Like, I mean, you're gonna be constantly bumping heads if you don't have that clear picture
Hmm.
of what marriage is to the both of you. Um,
It's pretty, and don't forget what you said before you know, when you do go into marriage. Make sure you remember, you know, what you told each other.
Mm.
Like, how do you see marriage? You know, don't try to change. Things gonna change, you know, but be willing to change with it. With it is what I would say about it.
Yeah, yeah. I
Mhm.
think people, you know, are afraid of change and
Mhm.
think if I'm going into a marriage, this person shouldn't expect me to change.
Mhm.
Well, you should expect yourself to change.
Right.
You're gonna
Grow
grow
together.
together.
Mhm.
So, you know, that's just life.
Mhm.
You know, it's all about growing and maturing and learning and just becoming a better you for yourself, for the people around you.
Mhm.
So yeah, you know, just think about it. What does marriage look like to me? Is it you know, mom taking care of the kids, mom taking care of the house, or is it splitting responsibilities? Like for me and my husband, we split, you know,
Mhm.
responsibilities. Both of us work, both of us, you know, pitching in with the chores. We're both um, you know, watching our baby. Like it's a joint effort for us. Like I couldn't imagine being with someone who thought, oh, you as the wife need to be the only one cooking, or you as the wife need to be the only one cleaning.
Mhm.
No, that would not work for me.
Mhm.
If it works for you, that's fine. But again, that's why you need to know what does marriage look like
Mhm.
to me. And then you and that person who you're looking to be with, you guys need to communicate that
Mhm.
with each other. You know, so you make sure you're on the same page.
I know most people probably get their perspective from, you know, being in a household with their parents, and they
Yeah.
probably want their marriage to be the same way. But let me tell you something, things change. So don't be out trying to look for the same thing your mom and dad had or what they did. Come together as one and agree on something and work together for it. Work together, because don't work apart. Because if you come in, okay, I want it to be like this, and it's not like that, you're gonna grow apart, or it's not gonna work. So make it work. Don't go looking at it one sided. That's what I want to say. Don't go look at it one sided.
Right.
Like, be open to try other things. Cause
Right. Right. That's good. So, so number three is when. When is the right time for you to be
mhm,
married? You know, some people have in their mind a certain age. Some people have in their mind, I want to, you know, focus on career first. You know,
finances.
yeah, they
Mhm,
want to have their finances
mhm,
in order, you know, make sure they're not bringing in any debt to, you know, that other person, because when you're married, you become one.
mhm.
So my debt is your
The
debt, your
mhm,
debt is my debt, it's
mhm,
our debt now.
mhm,
So, um, yeah, you just have to think about that. Like, so when, you know, when it's the right time, I want to be, you know, financially free. Or you may be, you know, get into a marriage and, you know, or well, before the marriage, and, you know, you guys discuss it and you say, well, if we join in our incomes, it would be better
mhm.
to get, you know, things paid off.
Mhm,
So you don't have to wait. But again, you know, for you, know how you would want, you know, to have things set up prior to going into this commitment. Because again, once you're married, you're one.
mhm. And I would say this: don't try to wait till everything is perfect, cause it will never be perfect. So don't. Not saying to go rush it, you know, but just take your time and just be willing to, you know, work together towards whatever y'all discuss before getting married.
Right, right. Let's see. So the next thing is the where. And that is, where do you see yourself within the next 5 years, within the next
And
10 years?
very important.
Yeah, I mean, this is something you need to know before, getting married, because if you see yourself, say, okay, say you're dating somebody and you guys have been together for 2 years, and you're getting close to, he's getting ready to pop the question. Well, you guys need to really like lay out your vision, like, when you're having your date nights or when you're having your serious talks with each
Mhm.
other, like, write down your vision, explain, like, talk about your vision, to your partner. Say, well, I expect us to, or I see us getting, married within the next year, and then right after that, I'm ready to have a baby. Or we can get married in the next 2 years, and but I'm not going to be ready to have a baby for another 5 years. Like, you guys need to be, on the same page with this. And even, do you want to have a baby? Or where do you want to live? Like, do you see yourself staying where you're at right now? You need to discuss these things, like, especially if you're in a career that could take you, to other states,
Mhm.
even other countries. You need to discuss these things, like, what does 5 years, 10 years look like for me?
And what will help is do a vision board, and
Mm,
both you guys, collaborate on your vision board. See how you can make things work, and this is how, just say this is how I see myself. This is why I see myself in 5 years, and just juggle some things around. Trust me, it can work. It can work.
right,
Just make it work, man.
right.
Yo.
Even if see things different right now, if
Hmm.
maybe you can mesh it together, to make it work. And that's kind of what you're gonna do in a marriage, but again, make sure it's the right compromise, that you're making.
Right.
And so the last thing, the last thing is, why is this person the one?
Right.
Like, why? Because we've already been together for 5 years, so I know that we're supposed to be together.
Mm,
No, y'all could have just been wasting
necessarily.
time for 5 years. So, I mean, what is it about this person? Do they make you better? Do you make them better?
Mhm.
Do you guys have the same morals and values? Do you guys are you both focused on the future? Like, are you you know are do your futures align with um, what you're thinking versus what they're thinking? These are things that you have to consider.
Are you
Um,
both believers? That's a big thing too.
right, right. Not saying that. Well,
You should be, yeah. Not saying both of y'all need to be, saving this before y'all join together, because that can come along, after you get married. So don't let that stop you, because by you being Christ follower can rub off on your significant other or whatever. So be mindful of that. So
right,
yeah.
right. So definitely, and two, when getting into a marriage, you want, because I mean, we know once you get married, you should be, in that marriage,
Hmm.
and, not even thinking about divorce. So, are you really in it for the long haul with this person, or is it just, they're your comfort for right now,
Hmm.
but really, if things get tough down the road, oh, okay, I really can't do this, you know. So, marriage is a, beautiful thing, but
It's work.
yeah, it's work. It is work, and you both have to be willing to put in that work in. And like we said, you both have to be, willing to change,
Hmm.
for the better, and, just not be stagnant in, what the norm is for you guys now. Um,
Yeah. So what I have to say, whatever you put in, that's what you're gonna get out of it. So if you don't do no work, hey, don't expect good things or things to grow or things to get better because you can't just sit on your butt and not, you know, just want to be at a standstill with your marriage because you have to learn your spouse like from from day to night. You got to learn her, but it's a process. So uh, if you love that person and you just willing to do all that, man, it can work. So just be willing to work together. That's all I have to say.
Right. So, definitely take these things into consideration. Um, as you're, getting your life in order
Mm-hmm.
and, are getting close to that point or, already engaged. And, before you go ahead and say the I do's, think about those
And
things.
do you really
The
do? Do you really? You really ready for all of that? So.
Right, right. So
Mm-hmm.
think about, those five things,
Mm-hmm.
you know, um, those things to know beforehand, like who are you as an individual? What does marriage, look like
Mm-hmm.
to you? Um, when is the right time to get married? Timing is,
Everything.
everything.
Mm-hmm.
Because like with us, you guys, if you saw our video before, like, we were together for what, about 2.5 years,
Mm-hmm.
and then we broke up for almost 4 years, and God brought us right back together.
Mm-hmm.
So the first go around, the timing wasn't right.
Right.
It just was not right,
Mm-hmm.
and so that's why it's important. When is the right time to get married? I'm not sure how things would have turned out if we would have tried to,
Get
get
married
married
with the
at
first.
first go
Yeah.
around. Like,
Mm-hmm.
who's to say we wouldn't have been in that 39%?
Right.
But so, we both, had to take time to get to know
Hours.
what ourselves and, get ourselves
Mm-hmm.
together. And, that really, really did help
Mm-hmm.
or, really is helping, with us in our marriage and, staying together and working on, whatever it is that we need to work on. So, definitely take these things into consideration, into heart, and, really think about these things that we have said prior to making that, big decision, in your life because you only want to do it once, and you want it to be with who God has, for you
Mm-hmm.
and not just who, is good for you right now. Just because you want to have a big wedding with you want all the glitz and glam of the wedding day itself, but okay, that's just one day. We're talking about the rest of your life.
Ongoing. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so definitely think about that, and we definitely help. Oh, sorry. We definitely hope this
Mm-hmm.
helped,
Mm-hmm.
you guys. And if it did, give us a thumbs up,
Mm-hmm.
leave us a comment, and definitely subscribe to Team Thomas. And we will have more videos to come.
Mm-hmm.
And you let us know,
Mm-hmm.
what other topics you would like to hear from us. All right. Bye,
Bye bye.
guys.